The Ticket Water Cooler, brought to you by Wingstop.
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Coming at you live in the heart of Lincoln, America.
I say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
On air and online at theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Jake Bakoven and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
Rico's supposed to keep playing it, Rico.
There we are. We're live here at Wingstop at 50th and O. Come try a brand new Wingstop chicken sandwiches. They just came out Monday. They're taking over the city. Well, they're taking over the nation. Choose between any of their 12 flavors. The sandwich comes with 2 toasted buns and pickles, and the sandwich is $5.49. Combo with a drink and fries is $79. What a great deal that is. Come check us out. You can also order online at wingstop.com or use DoorDash and Uber Eats to have your food delivered. This is the Ticket Water Cooler. Rico is back in the studio. I'm Jake Bakoven and Vershawn Jackson, the captain, sticking around for the takeover.
Hello, gentlemen.
Listen, the takeover. You don't go to the water cooler. You hear me?
No,
Rico?
we go to the water cooler. This is the
Do you
water
hear
cooler.
me, Rico?
This is the water cooler now. This is not the captain anymore.
You're only doing that because I'm not in the studio.
No, I do it if you were here. I did it yesterday when you were here.
Lie. That's a lie.
This is the water cooler. This is not the
That's
captain.
a lie.
You are no longer in charge.
Whatever. I'm still at we still at Wingstop.
Still
I'm
at
in
Wingstop.
charge.
There you are. There you are. This is my show. All right. Chill.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, do you got any more audio?
I
Since
have
you were in
plenty of
charge?
I have plenty of audio. You guys were the ones that played a little bit of audio and then decided to didn't decide, had the honor of speaking to Red Baron again.
Thank
That's
you,
right.
sir. I mean, what was I to do? Be like, yeah, let's play the
You
audio
could have played
the
it
whole
for
time
him.
while Red Baron was here.
You could have played it and asked him his thoughts about it.
Well, he's still here. I might.
Okay, do that.
So you play something and ask me my thoughts. How about that?
Okay, hold on. Let me look through these real quick.
Yeah, find a good one
It
for
might take him a while. Might
Actually-
take him a little bit. It might take him a while.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm waiting.
Here we go.
Hey, I got some. I got some.
Oh, what?
Ghost peppers. You
Do
ready?
you?
No, I don't.
No,
Hey,
you
no,
don't.
I
Okay.
do. I do.
in the car.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
$25 gift certificate.
Uh-oh.
Ghost pepper live at Wingstop.
So
I don't know if he want them problems again. You want them problems? Oh my goodness, we might have some. What you give me one real quick before I go get this ghost.
So I
pepper.
have some Frost audio. If he was happy with the running game and him wanting the guys to get to the second level.
It's some timing and some things like that. Absolutely. For the most part, I was really pleased with some of the runs we made at running back. When we get those guys on the second level, I think they're going to be really dangerous. And I think there's a few things we can do to help make sure that, they're not getting touched at the line of scrimmage, but we get them on the second level, give them a few more chances.
VJ?
Well, I mean, I think he's right when he says that. You want to get your running backs. You got running backs that can make people miss. You got running backs that can run people over. So to get them to the second level is the key, because then their God-given talent to kick in. And just like with Grant, he made one man miss with a spectacular move. He dipped the shoulder and made another guy miss by just kind of running through an arm tackle. And so I think he's exactly right with but you got to get past the first level to get to the second level. And in that game, we only did that a couple times. So you got to be able to do that more than twice.
I mean, you could see the differences in the running schemes, not the running schemes, just how the running backs were able to show their God-given talent. With Northwestern. They weren't getting touched until they were in the secondary. So they were at the third level by the time they got touched for the first time. Whereas Nebraska's running backs, a lot of the time, Anthony Grant was getting met, 2 steps after he took the handoff and trying to make something out of nothing, which he did at a very high level, and I was really impressed with. So if you're able to, like you said, or as Frost said, if you're able to get those guys to the second level, like an Anthony Grant, you saw what he could do when he was able to make a guy miss, truck through another one, and score a long touchdown.
What do you guys think about the offense in totality? Because I hear a lot about, 28 points should win this game, this and that. The passing statistics were nice. Okay. They after that onside kick, they had what, three 3-and-outs or something like that, 2 3-and-outs,
Mm-hmm.
1 4-play possession. They had to give the ball up and 2 turnovers. So yeah, it's nice to get, at times they had the ball rolling, but it stopped. It had an abrupt stop that, after, into the fourth quarter, they couldn't get anything done. So, it's Yeah, the offense had some decent statistics, but you got to be able to play in the crunch time.
Yeah, I
At
think
the
they
end
lost.
of the day, you play to win the game.
I think I don't
Period.
remember exactly when they lost him, but it was after the onside kick. They ended up losing Travis Vokalek, and losing him was a big blow to the offense because he was, as Frost said, he was the safety blanket. He was a person that, Casey Thompson was able to go to when he was going through his reads. He wasn't finding anybody else. He knew that Travis Vokalek was going to be open somewhere in the middle of the field. So losing him was another big blow to the offense. But I think after not directly after the onside kick, their offense did struggle, but after they went down by after Northwestern went on a 14-0 run, the offense started pressing. I believe is they were trying to make things happen too hard, too much. They were trying to have the big play and trying to get in the end zone in 2 or 3 plays, as opposed to just running the type of offense they ran earlier in the game.
Yeah, they needed to grind it out and fight it out instead of trying to take big chunks. And then, you have to know who you're throwing the ball to. You have to know who your playmakers are. There was a couple times when Trey Palmer probably should have been 3 yards deeper to pick up the first down. He turns around maybe 2 yards in front of the first down, gets tackled. You got to know down and distance.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to be a smarter football team. Come Saturday, we have to be a smarter football team. We have to be a football team that takes what the defense gives us, and we have to take everything away from the offense.
I also think that in the second half, that Northwestern's defense adjusted to stop Nebraska's passing game, and Nebraska didn't, still wasn't utilizing the run game to the full potential, or just wasn't not afraid, but that they weren't willing to run the ball because of the lack of success they were getting. So Northwestern was just playing the pass, and that's what Nebraska, settled into.
You have to commit to the run. Committing to the run is you might go 4 or 5 plays and then out. But you're constantly banging, you're constantly wearing down the opponent. That in the fourth quarter, we talked about this, in the fourth quarter, we're going to dominate you because we're in better shape than you are. We're in the fourth quarter, we're going to dominate you because we know what we're doing. We're going to dominate you because we live for the fourth quarter. That's what we used to live for. We got to get back to living for the fourth quarter, playing 4 quarters of football, not 3. Because if it was only 3 quarters of football, after the third quarter, the game would be over. It's not. Mm-hmm. We didn't do anything in the fourth quarter to put ourselves in position to win. And if it takes 34 points or 32 points to win, that's what the point total took to win. It's a group effort. It's a team effort. Offense has to play with defense. Sometimes you're going to give up points. What was the score in the Missouri game? 45-36 or 38. And we're talking about the miracle in Missouri. You know what I mean? So that was a high point scoring game. But guess what? Had we lost the game, we don't win the championship. We won that game, even though it was a high scoring game and our defense gave up X amount of yards. That wasn't who they were the entire season. That was one game, and the offense had to step their game up to make sure that they complemented the defense.
Yeah, it's going to be just kind of a different way of looking statistics in my mind because, we can even go back to the Tanner Lee year. There's games where he'd throw for 350 like Thompson did here. Those numbers don't always equate to wins. And obviously, if you're going to be not thinking too much about the time of possession, and Nebraska didn't necessarily game plan to do that, it's just a different way of reading it. So that's the way I kind of came out of this game is, it's nice. You can have some nice passing statistics, but that can be misleading. What's not misleading is if you run for 200 yards in a game, you're going to come out the winner more often than not. That's why I traditionally like the running game. I understand that they're going to go more toward a passing system. I just think that sometimes those statistics can be a little bit deceiving.
Yeah, I get that. And I mean, for the longest time, they were 50-50 just about or thereabout with running and passing. But like I said, once they started getting down and their run game was kind of getting stuffed by Northwestern, they weren't getting enough push up front, not opening up holes for the running backs, and they were getting stuffed behind the line. Once that started happening, they went to the pass game, and it worked for a while. But like I said, when Travis Vokalek went down, it really took a massive safety blanket out. And, you had your guys on the outside trying to make plays and Casey Thompson trying to make plays. And it, they started going 3 and out, and like VJ said, the down and distance, the route running, they were cutting routes off a little bit too short. So when they caught it, Northwestern was coming up, and you want to talk about missed tackles, they weren't missing tackles very often in the open field. Even when it was one-on-one, they're coming downfield, they're hitting, they're wrapping guys up, and then you have a lot of purple jerseys flowing to the ball.
Well, I've heard too, a lot of this stuff, and I think it's true. First off, there should, and I know Mark Whipple pointed out today, that offense didn't commit one penalty in that game, at least not called. No, there was a lot of stuff that I think through that game they let them play a little bit. The cameramen were kind of off. I don't know. Ireland, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah. If everybody was kind of caught up with American football. But in any case, it's, not to have a penalty called is, so they did some things right. I'll say this, though, of all the things that were fixable that they needed to correct coming out of that game, the one that concerns me the most is that they lost the line of scrimmage, that they got wore down. They got Big Ten West, and, Big Ten altogether, defeated there in that game. As Rico, you like to point out that the Northwestern didn't even pass the ball the final 11 minutes. Northwestern was doing what everybody has done. The Big Ten West recipe is keep the game close. Pat Fitzgerald specifically did this with 2 third-down runs on 3rd and long in the red zone just to get field goal attempts. Keep the game close and let Scott Frost beat himself, I should say. And I mean, that's the recipe at this point. Wow. That's the key. I tweeted this out yesterday. That's the key to the game to North Dakota. I don't care what anybody else is going to tell you. The key to the game is this or that. The recipe's out. Keep it close. Let Scott Frost beat himself. That's the recipe to beat Nebraska.
Really?
Unfortunately,
it's tried and true. It's what worked.
Yeah,
if you're not going to blow them out, if the game,
hear that though, right?
Yeah, it does hurt to hear.
If you're not going to blow Nebraska out, if you can keep the game close at some point in the 4th quarter, or in this case, early in the 3rd quarter, they're going to do something, and it's gonna be a detriment to themselves. Unfortunately,
whoever thought that here we be in 2022? I'm 23 years past the last championship, and we talking about what we're talking about right now.
Yeah,
whether or not the Frost factor is a factor. I'm just saying that's what we're talking about. We shouldn't be talking. We should be talking about beating up on North Dakota right now. That's what we should be talking about.
The Frost factor.
We're talking about the fact that we don't know who's going to show up at the game. You keep it close because we're the kings of losing 1-score games. And Northwestern, by the way, was the kings of winning 1-score games.
They were right in their element.
Right. So when you got up 11, you had to know. You don't want to be close when it comes down to the wire with these guys. We want to blow them out the water. But I just think we have to get back to playing Husker football the way that Husker football is played, and that's smash mouth football. And I get it. We want to do the cute part, and we want to throw the ball all around, and we like all the pieces. But let me tell you, it's the down and dirty work. It's the Red Baron work. It's that work that people don't see, behind the scenes, that is going to take us to where we want to go moving forward.
I'll ask you guys this, because this was a heavy talk coming into the season too, was that Mark Whipple's offense isn't necessarily pass heavy or run heavy or whatever. It's going to be geared toward their strengths. Get the play, let the playmakers play. Get your playmakers the ball more so than, he's a wide receiver guy, or he's a tight end guy, or he's a running back guy. Coming out of that first game, who do you think is the focal point that Mark Whipple will focus on moving forward as their strength? I feel like that was kind of a feeler out process. I couldn't identify one in that game.
I have no idea, because you had 3 wide receivers who had some pretty big games, although the numbers don't show it. Marcus Washington, when he touched the ball, when he got into open space, the first time he touched the ball, he got into open space, the acceleration that he had, he split 2 defenders and got the first down. When he caught it, 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, he got 7 yards with a quick acceleration, quick burst, split 2 defenders. Trey Palmer, you saw what he could do. He had that game-breaking speed. He I still think there was a defensive pass interference on one of those deep balls, and they didn't call it on hit. On one of his catches. There was another time where he kind of got held a little bit close to the line of scrimmage, so it's legal. And Casey Thompson tossed it up there, and he was just 2 steps short of having another touchdown. Isaiah Garcia Castaneda, I mean, we saw what he was able to do, and then Travis Vokalek. So I mean, you have 3 wide receivers and a tight end who all had really solid games. So I'm not exactly sure who the number one guy that Casey Thompson and Mark Whipple are going to try to target, but it's really good to have those 4 weapons for Casey Thompson.
Well, you get the deep voice bandit back this week too. So look for Omar Manning to stretch the field a little bit more, and I know he'll be he'll be like he shot out of a cannon. I guarantee you that Omar Manning will be shot out of a cannon, and I would go to him early and often. I mean, here's what I saw. Northwestern ran a zone defense, and they were playing 8 to 12 to 15 yards off. How about throw some 5-yard hitches? Give your receivers that's talented a chance to catch the ball, turn up the field, and go. Take what the defense gives you. Don't try to be too creative. And then offensively, as far as running the ball, man, a lot of times I know they blitz, but they have 4-man fronts. We have got to get better push up front in order to be successful.
Another question I have for you guys too, and I'm just taking Nick's word for it because he went to the press conference. I didn't see this on Twitter, but no handing out any more black shirts. So there's still 9 black shirts. The new guys, O'Shawn Mathis, Tommy Hill didn't get it. You wouldn't think necessarily that they would after this performance, but is this part of kind of the concern of handing out the black shirts this way? When are they going to earn them? Did anybody else earn them more than O'Shawn and Tommy?
They should have got. They all should have been. Let me stop. Yeah, I'm going to say it. They should have been stripped.
Yeah, well,
everybody. You gave up 527 yards as a black shirt. Okay, Red Baron. He's not a black shirt, but the real black shirt is gone. But I know if you give up 527 yards, you're not really considered a black shirt. I'm just saying. Yeah. Now, does that happen maybe a once over? Yeah. But when you start stringing 400-yard games and getting 500 yards hung up on you, you can't call yourself a black shirt at that point because you're not playing with the pride it takes to be one.
Yeah, no, I'd absolutely agree. And I don't know if they would go as far as to take them away. I know that it's been done in the past.
They've done it before.
Well,
right.
I mean, if you're going to take their black shirt away, what are you going to do to the coaches? So let's not be that way. And I believe that O'Shawn Mathis and Agent Zero, they need a black shirt. They're a part of the black shirt team. It's 11 guys out there. All 11 guys should have a black shirt. We shouldn't be ostracizing the guys that we went into transfer portal and got. They're black shirt, just like Casey Thompson should have had the ability to be a captain. As you guys saw, who besides Grant, who played well on offense?
Isaiah
Casey
Garcia
Thompson.
Castaneda.
Yeah. Garcia Castaneda, I think.
Well, Castaneda,
Yeah.
but I'm saying when you talk about guys, I don't think that Palmer played well. Okay, I think Palmer
we
played
can see
okay.
better out of Palmer.
Oh, we can see better.
Palmer
he
is
well.
a game breaker. Those balls that he dropped, I guarantee you, he won't drop them again.
No, he was not happy.
So could you imagine him making those catches?
Yeah,
and how that turns the game around? You see what I'm saying? So let's stop of having, it's good for the goose over here, but it's not good for the gander. So give O'Shawn, if he's your starter, give him the black shirt. If Tommy Hill's the starter, give him the black shirt, or take everybody's black shirt.
I got a question
because you
for
win
though.
and lose as a team.
I got a question for you though. Do you think that O'Shawn Mathis and Tommy Hill would have, after that performance, would have believed that they earned the black shirts?
I would hope not, because you lost. You win as a team, you lose as a team.
Like, I'm not saying that they don't deserve them.
If you're gonna hand the black shirts out to everybody else out there, and I can tell you a lot of guys on defense had good games, but they didn't have great games.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a few guys that didn't have good games at all. And so I think if you're gonna hand them out to all of them. You got 11 starters. Give all 11 starters black shirts, and that way they don't feel ostracized, man. How much?
I don't think they feel ostracized.
One of the starting. Say again.
I don't think they feel ostracized.
Why not?
I think they feel like
they deserve a black shirt.
I feel like they deserve it, but I feel as if they're trying to go out there and earn it themselves.
Bro, listen, O'Shawn Mathis didn't have a good game, but he still had 10 tackles?
10 tackles. Yeah. He actually had one of the better games on defense.
He didn't. Well,
not as far as pressuring the quarterback.
According to the stat book, but according to what happened out there on the football field, O'Shawn Mathis didn't scrape the quarterback. He didn't sniff the quarterback.
Exactly.
That one time, I thought we were bringing him in because he had all these sacks for TCU a year ago.
And that's what I'm saying.
4 sacks for TCU a year ago.
That's what I'm saying, though, is do you think that after that performance that he would have, if he got his black shirt, that he would have been happy with his performance to earn that black shirt? I'm not speaking for him. I don't know how he feels about his game, but I'm saying if that was you, Vershawn, if you were on that defense and you were one of the ones that didn't have a black shirt and your defense gave up 500 yards, how would you feel if somebody said, yes, you deserve this now?
Well, I would feel just like the rest of them feel that got the black shirts that gave up the 500 and some odd yards the exact same way.
And
They
do you
got
think
the other 9 people that got black shirts that were out there playing. Guess what? They gave up 500 and some yards as well.
And do you feel
So,
as if they feel like they deserve those?
Tackles that I missed the week before.
Look, I completely agree with you. I don't.
Put it zipped him.
Yeah,
Well,
I
look, I
figured you had something to
completely-
say, Rico.
Well, no, I completely agree with you. Well, I ran into a little connection issue, so I was trying to get it fixed
Okay.
while you were talking. So I missed a little bit of what you're saying, but I know I agree with you. Like I think that those guys deserve black shirts. I think all of those they went through camp with everybody that earned a black shirt. I think that they put in the work as well. But I'm not on the coaching staff. I don't make these decisions. That was their decision. And after that performance, if it was me, if I was one of those players and they were giving out, black shirts again, I'm like, no, I don't deserve this. I didn't put in a good game's work. I'm going to wait for the next game where I'm going to go off and I'm going to get 4 sacks and then I'll take the black shirt because then I deserve it because then I played like a black shirt. That's just me. Again, I'm not speaking for any of them and I'm not saying that they don't deserve the black shirts, the black shirt moniker or the jerseys showing that they are part of the starting defense. I'm just saying that for me, I don't believe that after that performance that I would be willing to take that black shirt moniker on.
Well, I like I said, who played the best to you on defense? Who would your defensive player of the game go to?
I don't know, man. that's a great question. I don't know.
Who would it go to?
I think
Maybe
Isaac Gifford. I think Isaac Gifford had a
Who?
pretty good
Isaac
game.
Gifford.
Quentin Newsom.
What?
Quentin Newsom. Like, I'm picking out guys that I didn't see make mistakes.
Guys that you didn't hear their names like guys in the secondary, when you don't hear their names mentioned, they had a good game. If you hear their name mentioned, it's because they have a great game and they were picking stuff off.
It's funny that you guys haven't came up with one guy yet.
Because it's tough. Maybe Luke Reimer.
Isaac Gifford had a pretty good game. Luke Reimer was filling holes. I mean, he was getting kind of washed out when he was filling the holes that he was
got
supposed
beat up
to be
a few
filling.
times, but he led the team in tackles.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Who do
tough.
you-
There's no player of the game when you give up 500
Who was
yards
your
to a team that
defensive
averaged
MVP?
16 points per game last year.
Who was your pick?
Bushini, baby, the punter.
That counts. That's
What are you
defense.
talking about?
Give
That
him-
was the best defender we had on
Give
the
him a
field.
black shirt. Give Bushini a black
Does
shirt.
Dude,
Bushini
he's
get a
the
black
best
shirt?
defender we had on the field. Listen, I'm hoping that this week we can actually pick a defender that, you know what I mean, that steps up and steps out and shows himself to be approved, as a black shirt should, and hopefully it's the whole entire team. But as a team, those black shirts need to step up. And all I'm simply saying is if these guys that are starting on the defense, if they're truly starters, then they deserve a black shirt.
Well, I think it's just I don't know. It might have even been a lack of respect for Northwestern because to have this whole plan to give out 9 and then you can see it like all right, right is all right once they play, have a good performance against Northwestern, then everybody gets the black shirt and you're back to the full unit. But you didn't put into the plan is maybe things don't go well against Northwestern because maybe the respect wasn't shown there, and it didn't go well. Now you're in this awkward phase of having guys that have played in Husker uniforms now not having black shirts that earn it just as much as the other guys that gave up 500 yards. Somewhat of a mess. We'll take a quick break. We're live out at Wingstop at 50th and O. Come and check out their brand new Wingstop chicken sandwiches. The sandwich is $5.49 combo with a drink, and fries is $7.99. Heck of a deal. You got to try them out. We'll be right back here on the Ticket Water Cooler live from Wingstop.
Happy New Year! That's months away.
Just practicing. And I entered the Nebraska Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year promotion through September 12th. Buy a Powerball with Power Play ticket and enter the voucher number to win a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve 2022 and a chance at $1 million.
Oh, that's great. Got another horn?
Just a noisemaker.
Yeah, that'll do.
Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million. Today's play of the day comes from Nebraska. We pick it up with the local sports announcer at a Nebraska Lottery retailer.
Dave enters the store. He makes a move to the checkout counter. Looks like he's going to pass. Yes, he's passing the clerk a few dollars. The clerk takes the handoff and spins around. It looks like he's placed the scratch tickets on the counter, and now Dave has them in his hand. It's the old Scratch-a-rooski. He scratches left. He scratches right. Oh, my! He's done it! Dave has scored a bundle of cash.
Play is good. Go play. Odds vary by game.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Mike Shaver here for Trek CBD. Summer is here, and that means you're having garage parties with neighbors, hitting the golf course and the pool. The drink of this summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs, 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD at 84th and Andermatt and TrekCBD.com. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Bauer Infrastructure is a new name from a well-established brand, and they're paving the way to progress. And they're hiring. Bauer Infrastructure is hiring truck drivers, carpenters, truck mechanics, and equipment operators. And they have industry-leading benefits to maintain a work-life balance. Bauer offers paid time off and paid holidays, a matching 401k plan, medical, dental, vision, life, and disability insurance, a clothing allowance, and more. Start your new career today by applying at BauerInfrastructure.com.
Wow. Did you ever save me money on my car?
Yes, that's why our customers keep coming back.
How do you do it, friendly car dealer ?
We simply have low overhead and high trade-in values. The next line's yours.
Oh.
Ready for something better? Mullen Motors is a no-hassle, no-pressure dealership with financing available. Check out the inventory at MikeMullenMotors.com.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Join us this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. at Cornhusker Bank at 84th and O for a tailgate to get ready for Nebraska's first home game. DP&J will be on air with a guest appearance by Larry the Cable Guy with free food and drink for the whole 2 hours. That's this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. at Cornhusker Bank on 84th and O.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Did you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Back to the Ticket Water Cooler, brought to you by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are live at Wingstop at 50th and O. This is the Ticket Water Cooler here on 93.7 The Ticket. We still have Vershawn sticking around for the takeover. He just ran to the bathroom, but he'll be back. I know he wants to address some of the texts that we had earlier. If you haven't tried this new Wingstop chicken sandwich, you got to get out here. 12 different flavors. So you're gonna have a lot of the time to try different flavors here at Wingstop, and it's so far it's been a hit. I think. Have you eaten your second one already?
Chicken sandwich.
Yeah. Have you eaten your second one or just one
Chicken
today?
sandwich at Wingstop. Get it while it's hot.
That's
hey,
right.
could you imagine having a chicken sandwich at the stadium?
Oh man.
What?
Yeah.
Chicken sandwich at the stadium?
That would reduce some sales of those other stuff.
Well,
That'd be
listen,
I'd say the chicken sandwich would be a smashing success.
Not true, because the people that don't eat certain things might get a chicken sandwich. You know, if you like me, you got to get multiple things. You know, I got to get Valentino's, and I got to get a Runza, and then I got to go get me a chicken sandwich from Wingstop at the stadium.
But instead of that, I would be getting I'd get a lemon pepper chicken sandwich. I'd get a mild chicken sandwich. That's how I would switch it up.
Louisiana rub chicken sandwich.
Louisiana
chicken
rub.
sandwich.
What did you get, Rico? What did Thickless come? Sir Thickless come over here and get you?
I got some lemon pepper wings.
There you go.
Y'all didn't get the chicken sandwich?
He has a chicken sandwich. I had the chicken sandwich last week, and I'm
switching it up.
I'm
sharing?
switching it up.
As much as we
do
love the chicken sandwich, we also have to admit the wings are also incredible.
Oh
here.
my
So,
God!
I mean that's the
fantastic.
staple. I know the chicken sandwich is new, but I do love these wings.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, the wings is the main staple, but the chicken sandwich, y'all.
Oh, both of them.
I gotta read something real quick, Rico, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna step away and let y'all get it going and keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But Travis and Lincoln says this: Rashawn, isn't the black shirts a Nebraska tradition? If you believe it's truly a Nebraska tradition, just because someone had success in previous years, not at Nebraska with Mathis at TCU, he shouldn't be handed it to him just because he started. Hill, Mathis are only transfers coming in on D. Black shirts aren't Jolly Ranchers and being handed out like candy. Here again, let me just say this. I didn't say hand them out like candy, but the starting 11 black shirts, starting 11 defense get a black shirt. And all I'm saying is this same O'Shawn Mathis that you're talking about tied for the lead in tackles. I didn't think that the defense played well at all. That's just me in general, but I thought that they could play a lot better. Now, is it should we be handing them out like Jolly Ranchers? Absolutely not. But at the same time, if you're going to hand them out, all the players need to play like black shirts, not some of them. You don't say to this guy, oh, you can get blown off the ball, but you get to keep your black shirt. But then you might have got blown off the ball a couple of times, but you did lead in tackling. You don't get a black shirt. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, you know what? The coaches make that decision. It's just for me to commentate and to laugh about, but they make the decision anyway. So what they make is what goes.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we'll roll with. But again, and I love it too, by the way, the black shirt tradition. It's a little intricacy of Nebraska football. It's
what
different.
Black shirt tradition?
Well, it's right now. It doesn't look too good. But altogether, I just love that it's something that fans can talk about, debate, and kind of think about the different ways that they would do it. Ultimately, all this different ways of doing it and how many people get it and all that, it doesn't really matter as much as that defense getting back to a top 10 level. And it's nowhere close to it right now. I mean, I know that was week 0, overseas. Maybe that was part of the distraction, but 500 total yards, over 200 yards rushing, mostly in the second half as they grinded out the clock on you. That's the opposite of a black shirt defense from what we traditionally think.
Well, we talked to Red Baron. We talked about them being upset because of the shutouts way back in the 70s and 71. So that lets you know that having a shutout at Nebraska means something.
Yeah.
Stopping people means something. When you call yourself a black shirt, you go to the black shirts of old and look at the type of defense they and how they played it, how not only they played it, but they took pride in not giving up a ton of points. Chase B says this at Chase B 11-2. VJ, I think the black shirts should have been given out once and earned as a team because football is a team sport.
Yeah, that kind of goes along with your thinking.
So Chase, if you want to
Johnny
wait till a great
Corliss
defensive
says-
performance before you hand him out.
Hey, you might be waiting for a while though. I mean,
But
they've
remember,
had that
that's
in years
what
past too.
remember that's what Bo did, and people got upset.
Well, yeah.
Because it didn't happen until like halfway through the season.
Well, and then you basically just give them out after a somewhat good performance against a mediocre team because you don't know if you're going to have the chance to give it out against a good
And then the game following, you get destroyed.
Right.
Strail from Harlem says this. I stopped in but couldn't get many words in with Bob coming in and taking over the place. The wings were good, and I will be trying the chicken sandwich next time.
Absolutely.
Chicken sandwich at Wingstop
You seem
in Memorial Stadium. I was selling.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. Robert and Carl take care of me big time. I was in there. Could you imagine me in there selling chicken sandwiches?
That's a different type of stadium.
Can you
steps
imagine
That's how I'll be
walking
saying
the
it too.
stairs?
Chicken sandwich.
You'd be walking the stairs with a little chicken sandwich from Wingstop.
I guarantee you, I'll sell out. Dude, did y'all know that I used to sell lemonade at the stadium?
Did you really? I didn't know that.
That's
I used to sell too.
So they had Johnny Rogers lemonade. It's the best lemonade.
It was Johnny Rogers lemonade.
It was Johnny Rogers lemonade.
Okay.
His own lemonade. Tastes like Kool-Aid, but it was lemonade.
Around what year is this?
Pink lemonade. This is, if I was 14 or 15, I mean, that would be 90, 89.
Okay.
89, 90. I tell you when it was. It was, we lost to Colorado. Eric Bieniemy was the running back, and they came in here, and I think we were winning, and then they just destroyed us in the second half, right? I was at that game, and I'll never forget it because my motto was, I'm going to sell as many racks of lemonade, because back then you only got $3 a rack.
Oh, wow.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
I'm selling 20 lemonades for $5, and I'm getting $3.
$3 total, yeah. That's why my whole experience lasted one half. I watched the second half and never came back.
Really?
They didn't. It wasn't worth the pay.
I ain't gonna tell you what I did, but anyway, you know, I would try to sell at least 10 racks.
Yeah.
In the first half.
Try to get $30.
Yeah, and then the second half, I knew I could sit down and watch the game.
Yeah.
I wasn't selling. It didn't matter what happened. I wasn't selling no more lemonade.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch the game. I'm at the fence. I'm high-fiving the players. That's why I'm a fan, because I was in that stadium many times selling lemonade. And like I said, 10 racks of lemonade, $30 back then, went a long way.
Yeah. Walking up
So
and down the
I
stairs.
was good with my little regular 30. You know what I mean? Johnny, you owe me some money, by the way, sir. Because now that I think about it, if it was 30 lemonades in them racks at $5, that was $150.
You have to wonder how much Johnny took home with that.
Ooh,
all of it.
It's lemonade.
It's
lemonade, sugar, water.
Yeah.
That ain't a big overhead.
No.
then they also sold cocoa, hot cocoa.
Oh, okay. Did you sell that?
I never sold the
No,
hot
you
cocoa.
didn't get on there,
Yeah, I was all listen because I wanted to, the lemonades for me, the hot cocoa, not as much.
You don't want to spill that on yourself.
I got the
that
hot
would've been a good
cocoa.
look.
The last game I went to was a cold game. I don't remember who they were playing. It was probably Minnesota. I've only been to like Minnesota games for some reason, Nebraska, Minnesota. And I got a hot cocoa in like one of the little novelty cups, and I have the little novelty cup at home. It's a nice cup. Nice cup. It's very hot. Burned my tongue twice.
Dang.
I was very cold, and I was like, I'm gonna get some hot cocoa, and I forgot after the first time that it was super hot. Went to take a drink, just singed. So hurt so bad.
4491 says Johnny Rogers lemonade is the it.
He liked it,
dude. It was good.
Is that why Johnny was so fast?
I don't think I've ever heard of
I don't. I gotta ask Johnny that. What happened? Why did they stop? Why did he stop doing the lemonade stand? I think it was, if my memory serves me right, it was hard to get somebody to work it or something like that.
Okay.
You know, I mean, that's hard work, carrying 20, 30 lemonades up steps, and then know that you collected on one lemonade, the $5 that you collect on one. I think back then it was like $3, but the five, we'll call it $5. The $5 you collect on one lemonade is what you're gonna get. That's your money for selling all of these.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's
So
not a great
I don't know what. Dang, he about hit that car right there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that what that mean or what that is, but I know it was fun for me. It was a way that I could get into the game for free. I didn't have to pay any tickets.
Yeah.
I got a chance to see all the people that I love to see as far as Nebraska football team at the time. And I made $30.
I know my former broadcaster, broadcast partner, I should say, Tom, has said the story before, so I think I could say it, is that he signed up and did it for 1 year. I don't know how many games he did, but 1 year. and then they never took him off the list. So he'd keep coming back. He just stopped selling it, but he'd come back for like 5 years. He was on the list. He'd go watch the game.
Right? Free ticket.
Yeah, good way to get in.
Good way to get in the game. Red Baron, how you like that chicken sandwich, Red Baron? Thank you, man.
There we go.
Come on, man. Don't forget us now, Red. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I think Red Baron's heading out. Captain, are you heading out as well?
Yeah, I'm leaving, man.
Captain's heading out as well. We got one final segment out here for the Ticket Water Cooler. We're at Wingstop at 50th and 0. I tell you what, we'll do it. Round it up. Let's do it looking at some alumni for North Dakota as we get ready for the North Dakota game.
The Labor Day savings event is going on now at Schaefer's. Take advantage of store-wide savings, interest-free financing, and special Labor Day cashback rebates. With LG, you can redo, replace, or upgrade all your appliances and get up to $300 in rebates. Plus an additional 10% in savings from LG on qualified purchases. Includes kitchen appliances and LG laundry pairs. Hurry in for the Labor Day savings event going on now at Schaefer's, 48th and R, Lincoln.
Wow. Did you ever save me money on my car?
Yes, that's why our customers keep coming back.
How do you do it, friendly car dealer ?
We simply have low overhead and high trade-in values. The next line's yours.
Oh.
Ready for something better? Mullen Motors is a no-hassle, no-pressure dealership with financing available. Check out the inventory at MikeMullenMotors.com.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
It's tailgate season. Why would you bounce around from place to place for all your beverage needs when you could have it all in one place? Wine, Beer, and Spirits has everything for your parties with their 3 locations in Lincoln, Grand Island, and Omaha. It's the largest liquor store in the state, and here's the best part. You can get a drink from their bar and walk around with it as you shop for all your tailgate necessities. Locally owned and operated, it's Wine, Beer, and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
The dog days of summer are here. Is your yard in need of a touch-up as we head into the fall season? August, September, and October are the months for aeration, and Penner Sprinkler and Lawn is the place to call to get the job done right. If you're noticing any issues with your sprinkler system through the hot summer months, they're always a call away, and they're already scheduling installs for sprinkler systems for next year and all other lawn care needs. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300. Join us this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. at Cornhusker Bank at 84th and O for a tailgate to get ready for Nebraska's first home game. DP&J will be on air with a guest appearance by Larry the Cable Guy with free food and drink for the whole 2 hours. That's this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. at Cornhusker Bank on 84th and O.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
More late summertime heat on the way. We'll top out at 96 this afternoon. A south wind at around 15. We will see a chance of scattered thunderstorms this evening. A low tonight of around 68. And we will keep things rather warm for our Thursday. Highs tomorrow around 94. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury, I was doing school full time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to the Ticket Water Cooler. Brought to you by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, this is the Ticket Water Cooler, and we are live at Wingstop at 50th and come try the brand new Wingstop chicken sandwich. Choose between any of their 12 flavors. The sandwiches come with 2 toasted buns and pickles. It's $5.49 for the sandwich. Combo with the drink and fries is $7.99. You can also order online at wingstop.com or use DoorDash or Uber Eats to have your food delivered. Of course, there are 3 Lincoln locations for Wingstop: 29th and Pine Lake, 50th and where we are now, and 28th in Superior. Also a new location in Grand Island if you're listening to us out there. So as we wrap it up, I want to get to know North Dakota a little bit better, this week's opponent. You can see the Wingstop sign behind me. Well, that's what North Dakota's going to kind of look like. They bring in green and white as their colors. The official colors for the school, though, are green and pink. They just don't use pink too much in athletics. Yeah.
Why don't they use the pink?
There's a little fun fact for you.
They should use the pink more often.
I don't think that they feel like that. That
it
is great.
inspires fear.
It's not too intimidating, but it would be unique. I don't think I've seen any team really prominently use pink. So maybe we'll see that from North Dakota in the future. I've got a list of some of their alumni we'll get to here in a second. First, I want to introduce you to their head coach, Bubba Schweigert. He famously noted in his press conference announcing his hire as a head coach at North Dakota, he said this: "We want the opposing quarterback and the quarterback's mother to be the 2 most uncomfortable people in the building." So you could tell he's a defensive-minded guy, and he wants to attack the quarterback.
Well,
so
then.
We'll have to make sure Casey Thompson's mother is not as comfortable then Saturday, because that is going to be the goal. The opponent
keep Casey's mother comfortable. That's rule number 1, apparently.
That's goal. That's goal number 1.
Goal number 1 for everybody else outside. The football team has to keep Casey comfortable, and then everybody else has to keep Casey's mother comfortable. Got it.
If we do that, we can at least win the mind battle with the opposing coach. For what he's bringing in, it's going to be a 3-4 defense. Again, he's a defensive guy, so they're going to try to put pressure on the offense. For short gains and high amounts of turnovers is what they're looking for. So hopefully Nebraska doesn't have too many turnovers this weekend. Also, they like to stop the run and attack the quarterback. So that's going to be their identity moving forward. For all the talk about Anthony Grant's 100-yard performance, Nebraska total at 110 yards. They're going to need more than that on the ground. Maybe they can get it done with that small amount versus North Dakota, but down the line, I think that's going to be troublesome. Also, if you look at them on the other side of the ball, they've kind of got the Big Ten West recipe coming in. They're extremely conservative on the offensive side of the ball. They try to establish the run and control the time of possession. So look out! You got a mini Big Ten West team coming in here, which has some of those type of teams have beaten Nebraska in the past under Scott Frost.
All right, so it's just a mini test of what you did wrong in the first game. You can go out here, and this is how you work on it. I mean, you can't take it for granted. You can't take North Dakota for granted, but this is something that what you struggled with in the first game, you go out here and they're going to try and do the same thing to you, although it may not be at the same level as Northwestern. It's something that you can work on and try to improve upon.
And I don't know how long ago this was scheduled or whatever in advance, but it's actually, if you're looking for a good game to get you ready for the Big Ten, it seems like, with that identity, that's a pretty good way to go about it. This team, as you know, no longer the Fighting Sioux. They're the Fighting Hawks. They used to be the Fighting Sioux until around 2012 when they had to come to compliance with the NCAA's policy against the use of Native American nicknames. They actually went without a nickname. They're kind of like the Washington football team for 3 years there. Before in 2015, they went with the Fighting Hawks. Before all of this, back in 1904 to 1930, they were actually the Flicker Tails. So maybe
The what?
The flicker tails. I think that's like one of those little marmots that run around out in the Dakotas. But
Weird.
yeah, I guess that wasn't intimidating enough. So
it should have been the flicker tails versus the bug eaters. Let's go.
That's what it could have been at one point in time. Also, I found this interesting. North Dakota, the college was actually established 3 years before the state was established as a state. So that's kind of a fun fact there as well. If you look at their program altogether, they've won 2 Division II national championships. Back in 2001 was the last one. Excuse me, they just won. That's the only one. In 2001, they won the Division II national championship. They're runner-up in 2003, actually. Prominently known as an ice hockey school, of course. They've won 8 national championships there, been a runner-up 5 times as well. They've also got a pretty good women's basketball team with 3 national championships in the late 90s, 97, 98, and 99, and runner-up in 2001. So it's a fairly accomplished athletic department.
Wow, look at that. Look at North Dakota bringing us some championships. Championship pedigree up there.
Don't take
the
them
Fighting
lightly.
Hawks.
Don't get me wrong. They're living in the 90s, the late 90s, early 2000s too.
What?
So
That's never heard of it.
Imagine that. Let's get to some of their alumni. I usually try to get to 10. It was kind of tough to get to 10. Yeah. Most of these names you won't even know, but if I explain to you their job title, then you'll be like, oh, okay. Among their, of course, I mentioned they had a great ice hockey team. Among their alumni, there is a Miracle on Ice hockey player from the 1980 Winter Olympic team, Dave Christian. If you don't know the name, I don't blame you. I'm not much of a hockey guy myself, but more than 20 former North Dakota players are currently in the NHL, and they have 100 former players altogether that have played in the NHL. So it's like I said, it's an ice hockey school.
That's a hockey school,
without a doubt. Among their other alumni is Dave St. Peter, the president of the Minnesota Twins.
Okay, that's impressive.
That's impressive. They have Mark Chipman, NHL executive, owner of the Winnipeg Jets.
That's impressive.
That's impressive.
Okay,
Stuff
North
going on
Dakota.
here. I like this one. How about gold medalist from the 2018 Winter Olympics in curling, Joe Polo?
Yeah.
He got the gold medal as an alternate.
Yeah,
I don't think
still counts, baby. Still counts.
An alternate in curling, and you get a gold medal.
Yeah, if you're the 4x in track and field, the 4x1, if they can change the team up, so if you run in the prelims, then you're an alternate for the finals. If they get somebody else and they put them in there as the team for the finals, where if you ran in the prelims, didn't run in the finals, you still get a gold medal.
Yeah.
Because you helped the team get there. I mean, he's an alternate, so at some point he may have played, so it still counts.
I just wonder how prominently. I mean, a gold medal is. I mean, there's nothing more you can really do.
Look,
athletically on this world.
Look, what are you gonna do? Oh, you're a gold medalist. Yeah, we're an alternate. He's like, yeah, well, I'm a gold medalist. So
right.
What you got?
Can't down him too much for that.
Yeah, so not much in the way of fame, but the North Dakota alumni hold pretty powerful positions.
They do have a few. And how about this? Ben Jacobson, the current head coach of Northern Iowa basketball, is a North Dakota alum. These last two will particularly intrigue your interest.
Ooh, love it.
How about current Utah basketball head coach Craig Smith, former assistant under Tim Miles?
That guy.
North Dakota alum.
We like that guy.
Yeah, we do love that guy.
That's a good guy.
Yeah. He's not a great one season. Remember, he took the job at Utah State, did really well there. First season with Utah didn't go great, but I'm interested to see where his career takes off. Of course, he was part of the tournament team, and I can say the tournament team. You know exactly what I'm talking about. There's been one tournament team for Nebraska basketball since like 1999 or whatever it was. So Craig Smith, an interesting one, but none of these guys can top their top alumni.
Ooh.
The Zen Master himself. Phil Jackson, 11-time NBA champion.
There it
is.
If
he's watching this weekend, he might be cheering against the Huskers because Phil Jackson went to North Dakota.
Does Phil Jackson show up to Memorial Stadium?
I hope
Big
so.
question.
Yeah, maybe it's been on his bucket list.
You know what? I'm going to post that on Twitter at Radio Rico AC. Does Phil Jackson show up to Memorial Stadium wearing his Fighting Hawks stuff?
I hope so. Keep in mind, that guy, you can't wear all his NBA championship rings. He's got 11 of them.
I'm going to yell at him for ruining the Knicks. So
yeah, you can do that.
I'll do that. You know,
how about the Knicks, by the way, before we get out, signing RJ Barrett, almost basically cutting off ties for them to get Donovan.
Apparently they didn't.
They didn't do that.
The ties are not cut. There's still a trade in place to possibly work. We'll see if Danny Ainge decides to accept it. The trade before RJ, Leon Rose playing hardball, put a hard date on if they were to accept the trade. They offered RJ and 2 conditional first round picks, and the Utah Jazz didn't accept in time, so they re-signed RJ, and now the trade in place is, I believe, Evan Fournier, Obi Toppin, and 3 or 4 picks.
All right, we'll see if Trader Danny wants to accept that. And we'll make way for the happy hour. I know Nick is either there or heading there with your food, so enjoy that. We've had a great time out here at Wingstop. That'll wrap it up for the captain and Ticket Water Cooler. We'll be back next Wednesday. The happy hour coming up next.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan.